Season 4 is here, and that means that the Outlaw is 2. So let's get the Rocket Pass, and then we're going to try this car out. So not only are we going to put the Outlaw through its paces in a game here in a second, but we're also going to take a look at the decals that come with it. Here we go, the starter common decals. So we got flames, at a twixt, block trim, and stripes. They all seem to be, oh yeah, block trim's kind of cool. Block trim kind of gives it a nose. But I put the Maxwell PA wheels on, and then hot rod boost and dust cloud. So we'll see how that looks. Okay, so the Outlaw is Octane hitbox, and we're going to be putting it through its paces by trying to do 4 things. We're going to try and get an aerial, a 50-50, a flick, and a dribble. And that way we should be able to get a pretty good sense of like what this car feels like. I don't know if I'd call that an aerial. The front feels pretty solid. Oh! Wow, that went really well. I don't know if that counts as a 50-50, but honestly, like, I'm serious. The front feels really like connected to where you visually see the hitbox starting. That 50-50 felt pretty good, which, if the front is as sturdy and like connected, oh, what a shot. If the front is as sturdy and connected to its visual hitbox as it seems, then it would make sense that 50-50s feel really good. I'm not sure about the sides and the top yet, as well as the front corners. Those are all really important parts of the hitbox that we'll have to see like how they match up. All right, let's see if we can get a flick maybe. I mean, technically it was a flick. Didn't really give me any information about the hitbox. It was kind of a sad flick. It feels pretty connected too. You know, it's interesting because the Octane hitbox actually has not gotten a Rocket Pass car in quite a while. It's been Dominus hitboxes forever. So it's kind of cool that they put in an Octane one. I think the last time there was an Octane hitbox was Season 1 after free-to-play. Oh, let's get an aerial here. Ooh. Once again, the front feels really good. That's always a good sign for a car. If the front feels good, I mean, you know, probably like 70%, 80% of your hits are going to be with the front of the car. Ooh, I got the corner right there, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's go for a dribble here. Kind of get a sense of the side of the car. Oh, the side felt fine. I need a longer dribble to really get a sense of it. Let's see if we can stop something here. Take 2, maybe? Yeah. The one thing with dribbles is it really matters like how close you can get to the center of the car. And so being able to easily find the center of the car is pretty important. So like there you can see it kind of fell off the front of my car. I was kind of struggling to find the center. So just like looking at this, it's probably that little bump, that air intake. So I'll have to try and aim for that and see if that helps at all. Ooh, that felt really solid. The corners on this thing, oh, there he goes. The corners on this thing are really easy to find. Yeah, boom, that was straight from the corner. That was a really, really solid hit. So we got a solid aerial hit and a sad dribble and a sad flick, but let's take a look at some of the like unique decals that are on the Outlaw before we hop into the next game. Because I know that people are usually interested in like what the decals look like on the actual car, and it's hard to look at sometimes in the Rocket Pass. So this is Hardline. It's a fairly simple one. Usually they get more interesting the further down the Rocket Pass you go, which, I mean, you know, makes sense. So this is Camo. That one's pretty cool. Tough Break. This is kind of like an outline one. That's interesting. Sally. Okay, so that's kind of like, I don't know, swipes of color. It's kind of interesting. Ooh, notched looks cool. I always like the more futuristic ones personally. This is tier 33. This has nothing to do with the decals. That's so funny. I do not know how to pronounce that word, but this one looks really cool. The spikes on the front. Oh, another classic, we got ombre. Kind of like fades out on the edges. That's pretty cool. And of course, Huntress. Makes sense. Dude, Huntress looks pretty interesting on this one. It's very, it looks more infinite than normal. You can't like see the bottom of the decal. Ooh, a snake skin. We haven't gotten a snake skin in a while, and it kind of makes sense with the whole like cowboy theme that we got going on. That's cool. I like snake skin a lot, so. And this is the last decal that you can unlock from the Rocket Pass. Martian Wind. It looks a little strange on this car, but the decal itself is pretty cool. And while we're here, we might as well just look at the Outlaw GXT. Like, this thing looks prepared for a desert adventure. Look at all that stuff, dude. There's so much exhaust and like pipes and spikes, and oh man, that's cool looking. So while we don't have all those cool decals yet, I thought we'd try out another one in our next match, a different decal. So we'll try out a Twixt. Maybe swap the paint finish. There we go, got sun damaged and grassy. I almost forgot to show this. You can do this with any car in free play. All you have to do is turn it over on its side, and you can see like where the hitbox connects with the ground. So like you can see the top of the Outlaw is like perfectly aligned with its the top of the hitbox, which is really cool. And then of course you can do it for all the other sides. Oh, that's why the front feels so good. It's like actually where the front is. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, the side is like aligned with the back tire. Okay. And then the back of the car usually doesn't matter that much, but looks like it's pretty close. The lights go into the ground a little bit, but that's not usually a problem. All right, here we go. The complete opposite of this car. A very futuristic stage for a very like down and dirty car, you know? All right, so we'll try and get a 50-50 and a dribble and a flick with this car, so we can really see the full extent of the feel of it. Oh, he's going for a flick too. All right, let's see about a dribble. How does this car do? All right, picked it up pretty easy. Got it on the middle. It's not really where I wanted to put it, but like that wasn't the car's fault. That was my fault. 50-50. Ooh. All right, let's try a dribble again. Let's see if we can get like a sharp. Ah, I missed. Maybe a 50-50 in the air? Not too shabby, not too shabby. The nice thing is that cars that their visual is really close to their... Oh, that was actually a decent dribble. When their visual is really close to their functional hitbox, then 50-50s always feel good, because if, you know, with 50-50s you're trying to build a wall with your car. Kind of like that. And so if you have like a really good expectation of where the hitbox is going to be visually, like you don't have to already have memorized it, you know, like you can just look and be like, oh, it's going to be there. And that's how this car feels. Try another aerial. And kind of another 50-50 too. Yeah, they both just feel good. I really want to flick with this. I'm not usually very good with flicking with the Octane hitboxes. Oh dear. I bounced it all the way up to the backboard. Ooh, that was close. Let's see if we can defend this. Maybe. That was interesting. Do some shadow defense. This guy's really practicing those 45-degree flicks. They're really cool. I wish I could do them. Oh, flick time! That was not a 45-degree flick, by the way, just in case. That'd be so dumb. I'm like, I can't 45-degree flick, and then I flick. Why, thank you, sir. What a wholesome person, you know? See if we can dribble with 12 boost. No. Oh, he's trying to be sneaky. Oh dear, that was just really stupid. Enjoy the free goal. Oh dear. I just smacked it off the back wall. That was, to be fair, I mean, the car smacked it pretty well. Like, it was pretty easy to get like a lot of power on that hit and just boom it against the wall. Oh, there we go. It's another solid block. Man, it's kind of hard to dribble against this guy. He's got pretty good defense. Well, this game got out of hand really fast. To be fair, I'm not like trying super hard to win. I'm mostly just trying to accomplish very specific tasks. Like, I want to try and dribble right now. Ah. Well, since I didn't get a dribble in game, I could just try one in free play. It's not quite as exciting. But, I mean, it seems like the middle is pretty much where you'd expect once you see the little air intake. Then it's pretty easy to just like set up a flick and do something with it. I think it really helps that the visual top of the car is so close to the functional top of the hitbox. It makes it really like predictable when you pop the ball up. So like, here, let me grab some boost. Yeah, so it's just like really easy to pick up when the top is just so close visually to the functional hitbox. Because some cars have like a functionally taller hitbox, so it's like you would catch it and it'd be like floating above the car. But this one, it's actually like a lot closer. So what do I think about this car? Well, I really, really like the functional parts about it. Like, we found out the front of the hitbox is great, like when we did the aerials, and I think we even got a power shot with the corners too, and the corners just felt like it was really easy to find them, and it felt really strong, which is always a good sign. That usually means that the visual is lined up with the functional very closely. And when we tried out dribbling with the top of the car, it felt really nice and really predictable. And that was the same way that it felt with 50-50s, because the whole car was like so predictable. It's like, oh, I know the car is going to make the ball do this thing because I can literally just see it. It's very easy. So overall, this car feels really, really solid. So if you're an Octane main and you're interested in picking up another car, I would totally recommend trying this out, because if you like the visual of it, which I personally do, it's really like wild and kind of like untamed, you know what I mean? Which I think is pretty cool. But if you like the visual of it, I think that you'll really, really like the functional hitbox of it. So definitely worth picking up if you are familiar with Octane hitbox, or if you want to try out the Octane hitbox without trying the actual Octane itself, then that's the other scenario where I would say the Outlaw would be worth it. Because I actually feel more comfortable in the Outlaw than I do in the Octane. Now, I'm not an Octane main, but I mean, if you're looking to try Octane, then I assume you're not either, you know? Anyway, so I hope you were able to get some useful information out of this showcase, in case you're thinking about purchasing the Rocket Pass and the Outlaw for yourself. But that is going to do it from me, so I'll catch you next time. Later, later.